DeVries betray her fellow agents like that? A rhetorical question. I already know. Just making conversation.
What is it? I have 15 seconds of allotted time for non-specific discourse, so choose your words with expediency. Oh, don't tell me. You're here on behalf of the voice of the displaced, aren't you? Oh, May, is it? You're on a first-name basis already? This is about the exclusion zone, correct? Or that it only that simple, but she ignores essential variables of the equation. You see, the seer predicted that a calamity would befall the exclusion zone, warning that the barrier must not be crossed. But the ever-disruptive voice of the displaced is dead set on occupying the exclusion zone anyway, laughing in the face of certain peril. We don't know, and therein lies the frustration. The seer has augured death for anyone who enters the exclusion zone. Yes, you heard me right. Death. Furthermore, and I quote, "An outside mediator, having earned the confidence of both sides, has a high likelihood of clearing up an ongoing dispute." And now the voice has involved you. How auspicious. Perhaps you are the outside mediator who was foretold. I have some custom-made order armor I never use. I can also allocate some funds from my budget. At least, I can provide that if you side our way. That's more than the voice can offer. So, do we have a deal? The first step is to familiarize yourself with every angle of the dispute. Talk to the people of Matriarch's Mercy. The displaced want the exclusion zone. We want it kept off limits. We can't both be right. With your seasoned perspective, perhaps the voice of the displaced will learn to listen. Any questions before you get started? I can tell you she's a rabble-rouser of the highest order. Still, she cleaves to her principles. That's something. You can find her outside, among her people, stubbornly defying an order barricade. But you already knew that. Novice Seer Vicarage should have ample time to illuminate you on the Order's forecast modeling methods. He's just down the room from here. According to predictions, yes. Or at least, my interpretation of them. I am reasonably certain. More than usual, in fact. Many people around camp support or object to our methods. Speak to them, form your own opinion, and when you are ready, we will decide the fate of the exclusion zone. Scienticians around the settlement inform me you've made some inquiries. Good, good. Have you spoken to all representatives of the Order? All of the Well then, if you need me in the meantime, I'll be here, up to my ocular organs and requests. Besides, to put it gently, disorganized, but with effort, patience, and collaboration. I am confident that Matriarch's Mercy will soon... Good. As with probability, there is an art to mediation.
1,068.5 pardons, but my attention is presently 99.81% occupied, coordinating provisions and supplies for the... I have zero allotted time for random queries, at present or in the foreseeable future. But very well. As the assigned provisioner, I am responsible for coordinating the requisition and distribution of comestibles. The overwhelming majority of my time is dedicated to this, leaving only moments to see to the Order's needs in the settlement. But it is an effort I undertake with great relish. You may not have noticed, but the refugees do not want for food or medicine. With the great disruption that has occurred to their lives, one could hardly blame them. That they are fed and remain healthy is sufficient for me. The Order of the Ascendant is dedicated to the essential. If I can help others in need today, I shall do so to the appreciate you.
It's you. Oh, thank the architect you're finally here. I've scarcely breathed while hoping you'd come. I am in desperate need of your help. True, but the Order's predictions know you better than you know yourself. As a doctor, we don't have enough beds or private quarters to separate people, so sickness is blazing an unhappy trail through the refuge. Of course, the Order keeps us well supplied with meds, but things will get worse. Yes, I can treat sickness as it arises. It would be leagues better to prevent it entirely. Since you asked, you can run this medicine to Horst. Just don't shake the man's hand. He has a habit of coughing into his palm when he covers it at all. You see, the Seers are members of the Order who labor over the universal equation. Recently, I had a rare opportunity to ask the Seer for... I feared the prediction was a fluke, but here you are, a dashing outsider standing before me. Forgive me. Thoughts of death, where to begin? There are so many sick and wounded in Matriarch's I am but a humble general practitioner. What I really need are specialists, and the Seer predicted an outsider would find them.
Might have time to patch up 1 or 2 patients before we head out.
You also strike me as someone on the go. The Seer gave me a datapad with explicit instructions that I not read it. Now, take the datapad. With my thanks. How can I be of service?
You're right. I pleasantly anticipated this exact moment. My personalized order prediction and weekly prognostics report both mentioned encountering an unforeseen factor about now. I suppose that designation doesn't wholly apply to you, though, does it? Predicting future events is an imprecise science. Currently, that is. Well, then. I read that you'd have questions about our predictive methods, correct? We utilize a mix of proprietary research methods to gather as complete a data set as possible, and advanced calculations using... None of us predict events with complete accuracy or absolute detail. We'd need to solve... The Department of Predictive Analysis provide weekly prognostics reports and personalized order predictions to help steer our followers' paths. More what to watch out for. Advisement on adhering to the plan. Forecasts of probabilistic dangers, elements of larger predictions made relevant to... The Department of Predictive Analysis is mainly populated by seers like myself, who represent the Order's most talented mathematicians. After years of study, some can predict events a few seconds or minutes into the future with reasonable precision. Others can estimate with up to 71.1% accuracy several months out. Of course, predictions have grown more difficult with the loss of the archive, but I am not to speak of that with an outsider. No offense. The former are generalized forecasts for groups or settlements. Usually some are handled by one of the more senior seers in a region. Regrettably, I have built up a bit of a sizable backlog. True, regrettably, this is Matriarch's Mercy. Matriarch's Mercy is brimming beyond capacity with those cast out by war. Why I, for instance, have availed my predictive methods to our refugee neighbors in the area. There's nothing more practical than improving lives now, is there? We've offered that engagement is admittedly rather low, but at least one member of the camp reports he has benefited from them greatly. One of our recent guests, Rollo Nast, if my own humble assertions are not enough, I trust his attestations would convince. I foresee
archive without the thermal transfer system.
Are you going to be a problem? Because I have a solution that requires very little computation. Show your worker shovel.
Have an intellectually stimulating day. Happy to chat for 0.07 seconds. Oh, time's up. Bye.
Ah, you must be the, Earth Directorate agent I was told to allow me to welcome you to Golden Ridge. I'm afraid I've no refreshments available, but can I interest you in a customary debate over decidability?
If I may interject, High Scholar.
Seer Wiley's right, as always. Obviously, we've all mourned. The presiding bishop sent word of your imminent arrival. However, pursuant to our normal standards of compartmentalism, that said, I've been instructed to assist you however I can. So, tell me, Victor? Oh, yes, Archivist Clemens. Quite the mind. Such encyclopedic knowledge of engineering. One could almost mistake him for an exemplar. Is he in some kind of trouble?
Victor Clemens, some kind of radical.
I must agree with my seer. I once watched Victor shed copious tears over a damaged datapad. It's difficult to imagine him capable of work, and that may well be true. But our standard... Victor's currently supervising highly experimental research at one... Unfortunately, you'll need to go through the decommissioned autonomous extractorium to reach it. That path is less than...
What business?
Let's not... Obviously, Victor's work has something to do with N-rays, but beyond that, besides the highly caustic Serenium River and the Mantisaurs, we've also received reports of mad cultists in the area. Rift worshippers spouting inane theories. They began showing up prior to the invasion. The first sign of dysfunction, loath as I am to admit it. There may be, as my predecessor would remind me, denying unpleasant facts is not good science. I would be remiss if I failed to support an investigation.
Are you deranged?
No, violence won't be necessary here. I hope. That's no doubt you heard of the recent attack launched on that Anti's Choice base, Outpost Opportunity. It came from one of our facilities, the Zeranium Manufactory. I hate thinking an Order member responsible, but given the precision of the attack, it does suggest...
Respectfully, Scholar, given current tensions, should we really be trusting such a delicate task to this stranger? Would an internal review of Earth Directorate agent is just a title? I'd seek to know who you are beyond that bit of headline.
I don't dispute the need for discretion, my friend. But the presiding bishop made the determination to send... Moreover, our situation is growing increasingly dire. One more thing. Your investigation into the traitors takes precedence. But if you could also render aid at Outpost Opportunity on our behalf... Most assuredly not! It would eliminate the entire point of the ceasefire. Please convey...
And here I was under the impression that investigating...
He's got us there.
At any rate, I trust whatever's uncovered over the course of this investigation will serve as compensation enough. I knew... Here, take this writ of Seer Wiley and I will conduct our own inquest into these traitors you've mentioned, illuminating the path to true
A calling for those with a greater than average talent for mathematics and computation. Particularly in the Leave.
Seer Wiley is being too modest about his contributions. Many in the Order rely on Seers for their
Oh yeah? Is now a good time to
No, it's not like that at all. Our bond is an equitable partnership built upon a foundation of mutual respect and dedication to the plan. In fact, what would you...
I won't trouble our good agent here with the exact...
I dread the day your immeasurable talent finally propels you into the upper echelons. Truly, Landon, the Order doesn't realize what it has in you. That is a statue of the matriarch, Alexandra Regrettably, Alexandra Monastery is closed to non-Order members at the moment, given recent troubles. But perhaps Seer Wiley can give us an estimation of its reopening.
Oh, certainly. According to my calculations, the monastery will be accessible to certain members of the public shortly.
Haha, good news indeed. Oh, you really must visit. The observatory is a true sight to behold. No update. Anything I can do to assist you?
Speak to Abbot Newell if you...
Hope you appreciated how I bit my tongue back there with the abbot. Didn't want things to come to blows with civilians in the... Could be that he's sincere. Or could be... Either way, I'm willing to stay my hand until we know the truth. If it were my folk buried under the rubble, if Ortiz was... Besides, ain't nobody around here better suited for investigating than we are. That's the burden of being competent. While we're at it playing detective, we need to scope out I can only hope they had warning enough to run for cover. If they didn't, well, there's only so much basic train. I haven't. But right now, your only lead is to follow. I'll be damned.
You know, you strike me as someone with a...
What now? I was... And you come then, infiltrator, test me. Perform your part at play the fop all you like. Montelli's turned cruel. You...
Let me know when you need a distraction. I'm the one you need to worry about. I'm at.
There, Commander.
Commander, you're bleeding. Knew you had my back.
What now? Now. I was...
This piece...
And come then, infiltrator.
Give the order and I'll take care of it, Commander. Hey, got a distraction for you. I'm at.
They hit our containment.
Let me in. Help me out.
This thing's got a mean streak.
Must have left some evidence behind. Let's poke around. Hey, Commander. Ain't that the symbol for Earth Directorate Special Operations? Must have been left by the Greeks.
I don't know. I've triggered them, so you'll have to...
We gotta do something. If the box crashes into Fairfield, it'll kill a whole lot of my people. That's what you think of us, huh? Yeah, you're mad if you think condemning us will lead to any kind of peace. Commander, we need to go. Ain't no time to conversate. Let's move.
Cutting it close here.
I begged you, Commander. I begged you to... Now, everyone's dead. Don't you even feel bad about what you've done? Do you feel anything at all? Knew it was a mistake running with you.
Ain't exactly sure why you let Inez go, but I'm gonna miss having someone else on the ship to talk to.
Dude, I don't know.
Found the thermal transfer system, but who would act so rational?
Dude, I can't be fucked. I'm forcing myself to play this game. I'm gonna just uninstall. It's not very